me, Taj B, your international matchmaker and relationship consultant. Happy Friday to each and every one of you, and a special happy Friday to my girl, Carol. What's going on, boo? Wow, love you and miss you. It's time for you to return to the mat. So anyway, guys, it is my Mother's Day special for the Love Connection, and today we are talking about your love life and motherhood. Because when you're a mommy, you didn't become a mommy on your own. It's not immaculate conception. So most likely you are still a lover, and we need to be mindful of that, right? How do we be mindful of being a lover and being a mommy at the same time, right? And hit that subscribe button. And another good reason why you need to hit that subscribe button, because this Sunday is the launch of the Taj B show. Oh my goodness, how awesome is that, right? So if you want to watch it, you need to go to YouTube and type in the Love Connection with Taj B, because there are many love connections, but only one Taj B, and that's me. So anyway, guys, so go ahead, type that in, subscribe, and you will be able to watch our Mother's Day special on Sunday. But you are here and blessed to see our Mother's Day special today. So let's just get right into it. First of all, you single fathers, you're not mothers. So don't let me see you guys putting no posts up on social media talking about Happy Mother's Day to you. Happy Mother's Day for what? No, you're a dad. That's what you are. You're just a single dad. You can't be a mom too. No kudos for you on Sunday. All right, guys? So we need to think about the balance between being a mom and being a lover. Because a lot of us kind of lose track of the fact that we are in a relationship when we are mummies, right? Like, it's not all about the kids. Children, yes, can be your priority, but they're not the main reason for you to be here, right? You got the children because you loved a partner, you loved a man. And because you loved that man, you were okay to lay down with him unprotected. And then children came, right? But the main thing we have to remember is that love, that lust, that togetherness that brought us together in the first place. Because children, listen up, guys, children cannot sustain our relationship. Our relationship cannot be based on the kids alone. Like, we are in it for the children, that basically means we are not in it at all. We need to, the reason that you are in a relationship must always be a burning desire to be with that person, love for them, and that you can see, and not just you alone, because sometimes some of us are a little delusional, especially when it comes to love. The people around you can clearly see that this man loves you too. This is what we need to focus on here, okay? And how do we do that? Sometimes we need to spring for a babysitter, or you need to call on people who owe you favors, you know, family members and stuff. That's what the grandparents are for. Sorry, grandparents, I know, but yeah, that's what they're there for, right? So you can go drop them off to grandparents sometimes. You can take them out, like, as if you're taking the children out, but it's really kind of a date for you guys, you know? So like, you go somewhere where they have like a ball pit or something for the children, where you could just like throw them there for a while you and your boo are all booed up, drinking coffee or something, or talking about your love life. And the kids are busy and they're out and you're out, and it's kind of like a family affair, but it's really just about you and your lover. Another time, enlist the children's help. Like, you know, you say to them, hi guys, you can watch YouTube for 3 hours if you guys just be very quiet and stay in this room, and under no circumstance, unless it's an emergency, nobody come out, okay? No matter what sort of sounds you hear, what kind of moaning you hear, or any, don't open that door. Because, right, like, that's a good way to get the children involved. So you can kind of like have your alone time while you're at home and while the children are at home with you too. So always remember that we are still lovers while we are mothers. So I'm going to go through like the different stages of motherhood and how we can be mindful of being a lover throughout them, because we have many stages. So let's start with trying to conceive, because that's where we all start, right? Trying to conceive can really take the joy and the sexiness out of sex, right? Like, because then you're timing it, and then you're trying to take the pregnancy test, and we all know what that's like. You get the pregnancy test back and it's another negative, and you just don't even feel like a woman, right? Much less to be feeling like a sex goddess or any of that stuff. So here's what we do. be mindful that your partner is having his own frustrations too. Yeah, it's not just only about us. Like, he's feeling a way too, and there's nothing he can do about it as well. And remember how men feel about their sex, right? Like, so when we turn sex into like a activity, like something they have to do, sort of taking the joy out of it. So even though you know you're clocking your ovulation, don't make it seem like that. Like, don't come running down the stairs with the kit in your hand talking about it's time, honey. No, like, come down the stairs, dress sexy, even though it's like the duty sex. We can still try to make it seem like the fun, exciting sex, right? So there's another thing. And another way, buy sexy stuff. Like, buy cute things to put on to parade around in the house in. Your man likes, you know, the little short shorts. Wear those and walk around while you're trying to conceive. Like, be mindful. Continue to date each other, because here's another thing, guys. Foreplay starts long before we become intimate. Foreplay starts long before our clothes come off. Like, all of tickles. Like, that's not the foreplay alone. Foreplay is what happens the entire day. When you're texting them, when you're calling them, how you treat them, what you say to them in the morning when you're heading out of the house. All these things are included in foreplay. So while you're trying to conceive, guys, please be mindful of that, because you are still a mommy and a lover. Well, you're not a mommy yet, but you're a mommy to be. And each and every one of you, I wish you a lot of good luck and baby dust for all of you who are trying to conceive right now. Next, we have pregnancy loss, because it's another stage. So you were trying to conceive, you did get pregnant, and now you have had a miscarriage, or you've lost your belly, your baby, and you're still a lover. You're still required to show love and be in love with your man, and you don't feel like that because you've gone through something extremely traumatic. The best way to deal with this is to let your man know exactly how you're feeling, and tell him that you need like pampering, you need little me time. So let him work hard in wooing you. Like, let him work hard in being your lover. Like, let him do the things that make you happy. Bring you your favorite food, make you put your feet up, give you back rubs, you know, talk gently to you, say nice things to you, watch your same shows. But you're gonna need his help here with remembering that you're a lover if you have experienced a miscarriage, okay? And another thing is, remember that your man is going through his own emotions as well, because he too has lost a baby. He too had something that he was expecting, that he was looking forward to, that he's not going to be able to have anymore. So a good way to keep being a lover is to be mindful of your lover's feelings, okay? Now we have you were pregnant, so you done the deed, and bam, you have hit a goal. So now you're actually pregnant. And how are we going to be mindful of being lovers while we have a life growing inside of us? Still dress sexy, because, I mean, you're what he's got. So what he's got has got to be appetizing, right? So even though you've got the big belly in front of you, so what? Like, still dress up nice. Another thing, let him do good stuff like rubbing your feet, rubbing your back, because you're pregnant. You need the extra support. Look up different sex positions that work for pregnant women if you're trying to figure out how do we get this done without squishing this life inside of us, right? So look it up. They have different videos you can see, different images you can see, so you know what you should do. Another thing, still go on dates, because here is a tip. The baby's not here yet, so you have time. Still, even though you're feeling tired or you may not be up to it, make use of the time that you have now before you have a newborn in your life, because then it becomes harder to remember to be a lover with a newborn in the midst. So while the newborn is tucked in, where you can't hear them crying, you don't have to manually feed them or anything for now, enjoy yourself. Take a little road trip. You know, if you're not too far along yet, actually take a flight. Because you can, you don't have a little baby to tag along with you, right? So that is a good way to be mindful of the fact that you are a lover while you are pregnant. And congratulations to everybody who is pregnant out there. We wish you the very best for the rest of your pregnancy, and may your delivery be better than you even expected it. Next, we have you have a newborn. Dum, dum, dum. And all those who's ever had a newborn and trying to keep the spice in your life, you know what the dum, dum, dum is about, right? Like, they will make sure that there shall be no love here. All your love that you two have for each other is all for me now and only me. and that's it. I need 100% of your attention. Forget about those breasts and how much you used to love them because now they're mine, right? But you're still a lover because you have a newborn and somebody gave you that newborn, and we want to show that somebody we love you too, okay? And how do we do that? You're not going to really find babysitters for a newborn because I am not a fan of that. I mean, if you need to, but it shouldn't be so you can skirt off with your man. Like, no, like that should be definitely on a need to do situation. Take little walks with the baby together. The weather is nice now, springtime. Like if you're in a place where the weather is nice, and if you're somewhere where the weather isn't nice, then create a nice little like baby and mommy and daddy time together. Like set up blankets and like make a little fort in your living room. Let the baby roll around on the floor there for a while, but you two just cuddle and like watch a little something that appeals to you, right? Next thing, remember to bring gifts for each other while you have a newborn. Like you guys are superheroes right now. You guys are caring for a brand new life. So you guys need to treat each other like that. You bring gifts for him, let him bring gifts for you, like back and forth. So you're constantly reminding each other, love you, boo, I love you too, right? And you're gonna text each other, like send little cute texts. All the things that you have time to do, because you could be rocking baby, oh, hush baby, oh baby, I love you so much, I can't wait till later, no, I can't wait to take those pants off, or whatever. Even if you're not going to, just do the texting so that your person can still be made to feel special. Next, we have toddler. You got a little toddler who is a hair raiser, and you are a lover. Yep, you find babysitters for them, so you guys can hook up and have alone time. Next thing, you make the baby a part of it. You can take them on trips and travel because a toddler is bigger than a baby, right? Obviously. And they can more handle stuff like a longer flight or, you know, being away from home. You don't have to have so much preparations for a toddler as you do for a newborn. So you can take a toddler camping. You can take them for a nature hike. Anybody who's in Toronto right now and you're looking, you know, keep the spice in your life, I suggest you guys head down to Hyde Park to take a look at the cherry blossoms because they are in full bloom until about Monday or so. And that, I love cherry blossoms and I love Hyde Park. So I would suggest that to you guys. You feel nice, you take some nice photos. You know, love is in the air, love is blooming. So do that. And you can actually take a toddler with you because they have a zoo there. You've got a park for them to play in. A lot of stuff. So, and if you don't live in Toronto and you're like, oh, Taj, I thought you said it was an international show. It is. And I'm sure that there is a park somewhere close to your house where you can take your toddler and take your man with you and just sit on the bench while they're sliding up and down on the slide. And they're like, oh, mommy, come. You're like, okay, soon I'm coming. I'll get a kiss up your man on the bench instead, right? So that's on toddler. Multiples. You got multiple children and it's a whole lot of them and you feel like I'm busy driving through classes, taking them to school, doing different heads. I've got different stages of kids. Like when I'm done with a teenager, I got to deal with the baby. When I'm done with the baby, got to deal with the toddler. What am I to do, Taj? I ain't got no time. Which is what I suggest to women who tell me this. I say, what was the last movie you watched, right? And then they'll tell me. I say, when did you watch that movie? They'll tell me when. Then I'll be like, okay, and what was the last like story you read? They'll tell me. I'd be like, how long did you spend scrolling on Instagram the other day? And then they will tell me, right? And then I will be, see, all that time that you had to watch like a 2-hour movie, to scroll through Instagram, all that kind of stuff, you could have made some time for your lover then. So it's all about priorities, guys. And you really change the way we speak. Like if we say we don't have time for our man because we have a whole bunch of kids, then you say, actually, it's not a priority of mine to spend time with my man instead, and see how that feels. Then you'd be like, maybe, you know, that 5 hours I spent putting in, you know, my hair, I could have spent like an hour with my boo. So manage your time when you have multiples and always slot in some time for your lover, okay? And we have caring for a sick or a special needs child. So when we have a sick or a special needs baby, our whole life surrounds around that child, and rightfully so, because they require more support from us than a healthy child or even than our partner does. And so you kind of maybe lose yourself in the care of that child. And I'm not here to tell you that anybody should be a priority, even your man, over your special needs child. I am not. But what I'm trying to say is, remember that you have a partner, right? Like, remember that you are in love, and it is through love you had this child, and because of love you were given this child anyway in the first place. So what you do, take them along with you. Like, maybe there are different things that your special needs baby child hasn't been able to do yet. So take your partner, go on, explore, find new things to do. When you're doing, don't take up everything on your own shoulders with your special needs child. Like, because we are mothers and women, we sort of feel like it's all on us. The onus is on us to make our child better, work with them towards what they need, help them with their needs, help them with their development, us. And then that kind of creates an environment where we feel like we're in it alone. So a best way to deal with that and to be mindful that you're still a lover when you have a special needs child is to make sure that your partner is fully along for the ride. Ooh, accident started. That your partner is fully around for the ride. And next we have adoption. Like, you adopted a child, so you're a mommy now, and your partner is still there. So even though you're working hard on making the child feel at home or making the child understand their place in your life, your partner still needs to have that place in your life too. And how do you do that? You speak to your partner consistently about how you're feeling, how he's feeling about being an adopted dad, and if you have no biological children together, maybe for whatever reason, you speak to him consistently about how he feels about that and where his mind is in regards to that. You have being teenager, mommy to a teenager. Oh my goodness, those are hard. And listen, the good news is that they'll be out of your house soon. But the bad news is your relationship may not survive waiting for that to happen. So they're teenagers. They're big enough to be off on their own. They don't need to be watched and hawked upon and every minute behind them. Forget about it. This shouldn't even be a discussion. What to do when you're a lover and you're a teenager. Ignore their behaviors, whatever it is that they're doing that's aggravating, because we know how aggravating they can be. Make sure to schedule a date night at least once a week between you and your partner. That's really just about it, right? Because they're big enough by now. You're a stepmommy, right? You love a man and he's got kids, and now you are helping him raise his children. And those children are yours now, so you're a stepmom. But you need to be mindful of the fact that it is love that brought you to this man in the first place, and you guys are in a relationship together, which is outside of the children. So wherever you find time for yourselves, it's outside of the kids as often as you can, and don't feel guilty about it. Never feel how you be mindful when you're a stepmom. Never feel guilty about spending time alone with your partner, minus the children, as if you're taking the father away from his kids. No, because they're your kids too now, in a way, and but he's your man first and foremost, and you didn't get with him to get the kids, hopefully. Most likely not, and hopefully you didn't, right? And then you got with him because you loved him and you wanted him. So we need to keep that going as our relationship is going on, okay? Next, we have adult children. How are we mindful of being a lover and you've got adult kids? If you got adult kids who cannot leave your house and it's so aggravating and you're just like, I have been waiting for you to turn 20 so I can walk around this house naked. And look, you are now 28 and still here. Kick them out. They're big enough. Tell them, hello, me and your dad need to have lots of sex in the living room today. And therefore, if you don't want to see us having the sex when you come to the kitchen, find somewhere to go, okay? That's it. Done, point blank. I have nothing more to say about the adult kids. Child loss, okay? So if you've lost your child and now you're with your partner and you don't know how to navigate the feelings of grief plus love. First off, you guys speak to each other often about how you're feeling. And one thing that I find helps, and is helpful for me, is consistently speak to your partner about the first time you guys met, about your marriage, if you're married, like on your marriage day, about the beginning stages of your relationship. I find that consistently bringing your mind back to the first love that brought you guys together sort of helps you feel better, not only about the loss of your child, but about the partner that you're with. Because sometimes you kind of feel like, I am totally in my feelings and I can't be bothered to be a lover right now. But you don't need to be all and all of that. It's just talking to them about, remember when we did this? Remember when we did that? So what's helpful in that situation is just taking the jog through your good memory lane, your good memories, good things that have happened to you, good things that you guys have done together, okay? And so that is basically it for all the different stages that we have for motherhood and how we deal with that, right? Oh, you know what that means. Whenever you hear that bell, you know it is time for the match of the week. And what is the match of the week, guys? So every week I will be featuring a potential husband or a potential wife. You pick your ears up and listen very carefully. And if they sound like, ooh, I can marry that guy, or oh my goodness, that is the woman of my dreams, then you definitely contact me at www.theloveconnection.ca and I will hook you up. Well, that is if you are deserving of this person. So what should we start with today? Shall I start with women? Let me ask the peanut gallery, or shall I start with men? Peanut? Ah, men, you're always up first. Well, so those, so it is. So, male match of the week, potential husband. Women, you listening? They're sure you're listening. Because don't let your future man go away. Ready? He is a 32-year-old white male looking for any race. He's open to any and everything. He's an aspiring travel photographer. He's currently employed to pay the bills. Like, he has a job, but that's just to take care of his needs because his whole goal is to be a travel photographer. And he's working on that. Like, he's not just sitting down saying, yeah, Taj, those are my dreams, and God willing it will happen, and he has no camera and he's never traveled. No, he has cameras, he travels, he's doing work. He actually has published work right now, and he's just looking to get bigger and better at his craft. So if you want to travel around the world with your boo, taking pictures, this might be the man for you. He has sandy blonde hair, green eyes. He's got nice features, like nice features. So women, just read and listen here to me. Nice features. He likes beautiful things, cooking. He has one daughter, and he would like more children by any means. So if you already have kids, that's great. If you guys want to adopt, that's great. Whatever, but any means necessary, he wants more kids. He's based in the UK, and he's open to relocation. He's a funny guy, and I think he's funny too, so that's nice, You should be kind, ready to be a mom, have a good sense of humor. You should be shorter than he is. He's not a tall guy. He's 5'7". I know, but he's a great guy, so, okay, give him a chance, because he's complaining to me that women won't give him a chance because he's not that tall. But look here, ladies, not all of you guys are all that great either. So let's just give the man a chance. He is a positive person, and he sees the glass as half full opposed to half empty. And he's looking for somebody who sees the world in the same way. So if this sounds like somebody you can get down with, then holla at me. Next, we have the female, so future wife. So all you men who are like, oh, I can't get to women, I shall die alone. You will not die alone, because Taj here is to take care of you, okay? So she hails from Sweden, but she's originally of Tunisian background. So she's Swedish by way of Tunisia. She is 34 years old, and she is a nail tech. She didn't do my nails, so let me not be shiggling like she did them. Who is working on a line of nail polish and accessories. So she's a boss woman, bossing it up. She's tall, she's beautiful, she's smart, she's practical, she's generous, she's hardworking, she's caring, and she seeks the same in her man. So you should be generous, you should be hardworking, you should be caring, you should be somebody with some sort of hustle. And if you want to live in Sweden, cool. And if you don't want to live in Sweden, then she would prefer that you live in places that are, she said familiar. So I'm guessing she means nowhere on the outskirts, like, like not Samoa, the Samoan Islands, or Fiji or something like that, like another European country, perhaps North America, Africa, anywhere on the continent there, that will do. So if you have always wanted, can we call her a Swedish thing? I guess so. If you've always wanted a Swedish thing, then this might be your chance and your opportunity, all right? So that was it, guys, for the match of the week. And I have an announcement for you guys, because Masigo Boutique, who styles me and has me looking so fabulous, now me and my girls, we could be in matching Masigo Boutique outfits as well, because Masigo Boutique, they do children's clothing. Yes, guys, so go on their site. That's at masigoboutique.com, or you can check them out at Instagram. That's Masigo Boutique, at Masigo Boutique, Facebook at Masigo Boutique, and on Twitter, guys. So don't be looking fly alone when you go shop there, and make your babies look. Did you guys hear that? A knock on my door. And you know what that means? My guest is here because that is why I have another chair. Woohoo! And here she comes. The incomparable, the fabulous, the gorgeous. Ella Kay, guys. Woohoo! Welcome, welcome, my darling.
Thank you for having me.
Oh my goodness, I love how we're coordinating.
I know. We didn't even call each other.
You know what I'm
It just
saying?
happened.
Great minds. You think alike. I love. You know what? She looks so great. You look amazing. I need a standing. Oh, thank you. I need a standing ovation for how good you look right now, and for the fact that you were in love with a yes. For this fabulousness. So while you're here, I need you to big up your man.
I don't need to say your name. You know who you are, and you're watching right now. So big up to you. Because you made me who I am today.
Oh,
I love you.
You hear that? One man to her thing. Oh, good for you, Ella. So you know what the show is about, right? It is the Mother's Day special on the Love Connection. So I want you to tell us about your motherhood journey.
Where do I begin?
From the beginning.
Okay, I'm a mother of 5 children.
Wow.
So I have 2 boys, 3 girls, and they range from 10 and under.
Oh, wow.
So I have a lot of work. Now, I have twins in there.
Oh
so
my goodness. You're even more of a goddess than we thought, right?
Yeah, so my first one is 9, and then I have my twins are almost 7, and then I have a 4-year-old and then a 2-year-old.
Oh, wow.
The 2-year-old just turned 2 on Sunday. So.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, happy belated birthday to her, right? Everybody needs to wish her a happy birthday, guys. You can put it in the comment. Happy birthday to Ella Kay's daughter. Oh, that is lovely. So why don't you tell us how motherhood affects your marriage?
Honestly, we've had children for so long that at first it was very stressful. It was hard to juggle the love life, the kids, and everything in between. And I used to find myself getting mad at my spouse. You know, I don't want to be around you, and I'm so angry. I don't know how to talk about my frustration with him. But with time, I guess we kind of learn to adjust to everything and to kind of be like, okay, these kids are not going anywhere. So we have to make room for them, but we have to make room for our love life. So I can say juggling both the love life and the children was made possible thanks to my friends and family. Because if it wasn't for them, I don't know how we would do it. I don't know how we would go out. We would constantly be at home.
Right.
So the key people that play that role in our lives are my mother, my cousins, my best friends, everybody. I mean,
make sure you help out because you know they will get offended. You didn't give them a shout out. Make sure you remember everyone, Ella.
No, I'm shouting out everybody. Like they know who they are. You know, I don't say anything. They know who they are. They are my backbone. They help me with the kids. If we need to go anywhere, I just call and I'm like, can you? Yeah, sure. And then, you know, it's not easy for somebody to take care of 5 kids when they have their own kids.
Oh yeah.
So I'm so grateful for them. And without them, I would always be home.
Oh,
so
wow.
It's like it really helped, and I do give them like a month ahead.
Yeah. Okay.
I always, make sure I call in advance. I don't just call randomly.
Yeah.
I have a few times. They call me out, but
these are some good people. No, really good people.
They're really good people. Trust me.
It's something I'm trying to have too. And like, you know what I mean? But thank
Really
God for my sisters, you know? I always have lookouts, but like if I didn't, I can't imagine calling, you know?
Yeah.
So that is
and it takes a lot for people to love other people's kids.
Oh,
like, it's not everybody that's gonna like your kids.
Oh,
and,
no.
You know, so if you have people around you that love your kids and be able to nurture your kids the way you do, it's a blessing. So I'm very blessed to have these people in my life.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful.
Yes.
Oh, that's so lovely of you, Ella. So it just makes you such a good person, right? So how do you two find time for each other with 5 kids? Like, well, you're telling us because you got some help, but how else? Like,
we have a schedule. Like, I have a schedule. So my kids know the schedule. I mean, we wake up, I get them ready for school, they go to school, I go to school, I come back before everybody.
Can we ask what you're doing in school?
Right now, I'm doing social work.
Oh, wow, we need so many more social workers in this world.
I've done ECE, I'm done with that, so I'm going to go into social work.
Oh, wonderful.
So that's the domain I'm in right now. So once I'm done with that, I just come home. If I have to cook, if I have whatever things I have to do within the little time I have, I do that. When my kids come home, they know we're taking off our bags, we're taking off our shoes, our jackets, we're hanging up our stuff, we're washing our hands, we're relaxing for an hour, doing the homework, and then we're having our dinner.
Okay.
By 8,
have them well trained.
Yes, they know. By 8, they know they have to bathe and they're going to their bed.
Wow.
So 9 p.m. is shutdown time in my house. Nobody is roaming around after 9. Everybody's in their bed and they're sleeping.
I have the same rule in my house.
So that's how we get our alone time. From that time, we don't sleep early. So at least we have the little 4 hours.
High five for that one, because I had the same program in my house. Yeah. Every kidney is in their bed by 9 p.m. Because what is a child? We're not
exactly.
What is nothing but badness.
What are you roaming for?
Thank you.
In your bed.
Don't let me hear you clicking no doors for bathroom. Go straight in your bed.
They know. Once they come home, like, do anybody need to pee? Okay, you go. Okay, once after dinner, who's peeing? I don't want to see nobody. To pee after that. Yeah, that's right. I was like, I have a girlfriend, and like her children can stay up to like 1 in the morning. No, not me. I'm like, so when do you guys have a long time? I don't play with my schedule. Like they keep even on the Friday. The only time they stay up late is on Friday and a Saturday. Yeah, and that's like 10:30, 11. And that's the same thing. They're so happy there because it's Friday. They know like at least 10. We have to at least 10. You know. So that's fine because I will go to bed like 3 a.m. So I think you have to set a schedule and rules for your kids in order for you to have sanity, in order for them to know that, okay, mom means business. Because kids will test you. It's so true. Where can I push the limit with this one? Where can I, It's so true. I don't play. Well, with all that being said, we're going to be looking out for the parenting book from you, LFA, because you have our notes here to tell us and teach us. So we are looking out for that. So how do you, like your own self, in your mind, how are you mindful of being a lover while being a mom? Like, what are the steps you personally are taking? Me personally, I feel I have to improve because sometimes, as mothers, we kind of tend to neglect the dads and the husband. Yeah. And I'm like, why do you have the kids and he's there? I think I have to improve in that. In the sense that sometimes I don't take the time out for my husband, which I should. Okay. I'm more, I'm stressed out with the kids. I'm worried about my assignments. I'm worried about myself. And it's like I tend to kind of forget he's there. Okay. And he's very understanding because he knows I'm very stressed out and it's hard. So I think going forward, I need to improve on that and make it better. So I'm not going to say I have the remedy. I don't know. I need to improve, But I was giving out some little remedies, so hopefully, I heard your remedies. You found that a little helpful. All right, well, awesome. So what I want to know, because I always ask mothers this question, right? Like, what makes motherhood hard for you, particularly, and what makes it easy for you? I can see what makes it hard for me is juggling 5 kids. I have my whole hand is full of kids. Yeah, so it's not easy. I have to bathe 5 kids every day. I have to feed 5 kids every day. Wow. I have to dress 5 kids every day. Get them to school, to help them with their homework. So it's you need a round of applause for having done all that. It's very difficult. Yeah. And I'm a very possessive person, and I'm very clean is like, I have to be clean. Yeah. My house has to be, my kitchen has to be, my washroom. I'm very picky. So perfect. It's very difficult on myself. I find myself really drained. Okay. Because I tend to just, I can't just leave something and say I'm going to do it tomorrow. I'm like, it has to be done. But it will play in your head, right? I'll be like, I can't sleep until it's done. So that's the kind of person I am. And I feel like it's made it a little bit more difficult for myself, but at the same time, it's easy because once it's done, I'm like relaxed. I'm like, that's what I'm always saying. So, because my husband's always like, you're always moving around, you're always doing so much. That's what he said. I'm relaxed. But when I'm done, then I'm relaxed, and I'm relaxed for the whole evening. So let me just get everything done out of the way. I don't like that there's. I'm relaxing and then there's still stuff to do. Well, how could I do this? So, I love that. So we share that in common. Yeah. Aww. So another thing I want to know, why don't you tell us about being pregnant and being a mother? Because you've been pregnant multiple times. So what was that like for you? I'd say every pregnancy was different personally. there's some pregnancies where I did not want nobody around me. Like, don't even look at me. Just if you see me, just go the other way. And then there's a time, like I feel like there's different stages in pregnancies where you feel more intimate. Like last trimester for me is when I feel more intimate. The first couple of trimesters, I'm like, nope, I don't want to see you. Don't come near me. And like, I just feel that's how I dealt with my situation, and my husband accustomed to it. Like he was like, okay, I'm just gonna leave her alone. You know? And every pregnancy is different. Every pregnancy is different. So you find some pregnancies where it's easy for you to be intimate, and some where it's not allowing you to because you're sick, you're feeling weak. So I totally understand that. And you've got 5 kids, and you are in school. You're a busy mom. I want to know, how do you stay so fabulous? Because you guys, is a fabulous woman. Ella Kay is a socialite. You know her in Toronto. You know her in the Republic of Congo. You know her in Nigeria. And now you know her on the Love Connection show. So tell us, how do you stay so fabulous? I don't know.
And she always looks good. I have never seen her not look good. Honestly, I have not.
Honestly, I have a passion for makeup.
All right.
I'm practicing. I'm not so great at the makeup.
What are you talking about?
It's coming along. So,
and she's a humble woman, guys.
It's coming along. I don't know. I just feel like you have one life to live. And if you don't live now, when are you gonna live? When you're dead? So I just try my best to look good when I can. And trust me, during the week I don't look good. People don't recognize like is that you?
No, don't kill me. No, I have never been so fortunate to see such a situation. But that Ella Kay, every time I lay eyes on this,
those who know me know what I'm talking about. During the week, I'm just like, I don't care. I'm taking off the wig. I don't care. So I'm a very laid back person. I don't really care. I have my moments where I want to look good, and I have my moments where I don't want to see makeup around me. I don't know. So I'm just like that. Like, I'm very laid back. I'm very, I guess I do things depending on my mood. That's the kind of person I am,
So in touching on that, like, you know how you put the look together, but how do you keep your body so fit after you've had 5 kids?
Everybody's asking me.
Yeah, because we all want to know. Like, we want to be in your
I don't do anything besides take care of my children at home and go to school. I do not go to the gym. I have no time for the gym. I don't do anything.
Well, I do tell mothers this all the time, that if you are an active mom, you will stay fit. You will be in shape. Like, as long as you're being active with your kids, there's no way for you to not be fit. That's what I tell people. Like, I run around all day.
You're
on that treadmill. Like,
sometimes I don't even eat. I forget to eat properly. People are thinking somebody asked me what pills I take.
Oh, wow.
Pills?
I call motherhood.
I don't take nothing. The more you stress about your weight and how you look, the worse you look. I learned that through I think after I had my 4th baby, I was so stressing. I'm so fat, my belly's so big, and the mom was like, you're stressing over nothing. The more you stress over it, the worse you look. But the more you say, okay, I'm gonna accept my body right now the way it is. And I'm gonna take it day by day, and eventually, as my baby grows, I'm gonna look the way I want to look. That's when it gets better, So I tell women all the time, like my friends who complain, I'm like, you look fine. Even me, I go in the mirror like, you have so much stretch marks, and you look horrible, and my husband's like, what are you talking about? Like, you look good, but I don't see what people see. So you will never. As a woman, you will never see what others see.
We see you shining. And thank you for growing here on the stage. So that's what we see when we look at you, Madame Ella.
Thank you.
And what gives you strength?
My kids. They give me strength. Honestly, they do. They do give me strength. My kids, my husband, my family, my friends. Anybody who supports me gives me strength. You give me strength.
Thank you.
Because I see it as the world goes round, It's a circle, it's a cycle. So how you do unto others, they will do unto you. And I just see it as be good. Be good to people. That's what gives me strength. I don't know.
That's amazing. What we want to know is another big up for the boo. We want to know, how is your husband doing a good job? And we want to know, how does he remind you that you are a lover? So we only want to hear the good things about the boo.
He's a wonderful husband.
Nice.
I'm not exactly the most easiest person to live with. I have my moments. So I don't know, he goes according to my mood and how I'm feeling.
That's if
I'm grumpy, he'll just be like, okay, time out. Let's just leave me alone, you know? And if I'm in a good mood, he's happy. He's like, oh, you're in a good mood today. Oh my God. So he's a very wonderful person. I don't know what I would have done without him. He understands me so well, and we've been together for a while now. So he knows to pick up my moods, my little tantrums, my little, when I'm happy. So he's my backbone. He's my support system. He's everything.
Oh, that is amazing. I love that. I love having you here. This has been great.
You for having
and
me.
Before you go, well, we can't let you go without you giving some advice to mothers out there. And I want you also to give advice to women who are already mothers and seeking to be in a relationship.
Okay. The advice I can give to mothers, you said, right? Is as mothers, we tend to, compare our kids. That's one problem I have. Comparing our kids.
With each other?
With other children.
Oh, okay.
For example.
So, with each other, there's nothing wrong with that.
No. Other people's kids. Oh, for example, so-and-so's child walked at a year. How come my child is not walking at a year? You start looking at your child differently because they're not doing certain things like other children are doing. And I just feel like as parents, we need to back up on that. Especially new mothers. Like, don't worry if your baby is not eating everything, and don't worry if your baby's not crawling at a certain time, and don't worry if your baby's not doing this at a certain time, because every child is different. And as parents, I feel like we don't understand that sometimes. We like for things to be a certain way, and we have to understand every child is different. Like me, all my 5 kids are different. None of them are the same.
Oh, wow.
All of them are different as they grew up. Everybody has their temperaments. Everybody has their way. So I know how to deal with each and every one of them.
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
And what is the other question?
I wanted to know, give some advice to women who are already mothers and now they're seeking to be in a relationship.
What I can say is you have to find somebody who loves your baby first. If you can find a man,
you heard that, ladies?
Who loves your child first, then that's a key word. Because I always find it's easier for a man to love a child than it is for a woman.
Okay.
And once you find that man that loves your baby, and constantly when they call you, the first thing they ask, how is the baby doing? You found the key.
Yes. All right.
Yeah,
the whole world is clapping for that one.
So you found the key. I think as a single woman looking with a single mom looking for a relationship, you have to look at when it comes to your kids, how that man is with your kids. I think that will tell you a lot about that man. Because you have to remember that you're not just going in there for yourself now. You have 1 child or 2 or 3 that are in the relationship as well. And if you're looking to spend the rest of your life with this person, you have to make sure it's the right person for those children. And not just work on your emotions, but also look at the future of your kids. That's how I look at it.
Oh, that is perfect. This whole time has been perfect. We've had a great time here. Thank you again, Ella K, because we know you're a busy lady. For you to take some time out to come glow up on the Love Connection stage, I hope your man enjoys watching it, and he must be so excited for when you come home. Like, oh my goodness, it's a pink affair tonight.
Yes. It's a Mother's Day.
Yeah. Oh,
yes.
So lovely. So thank you so much,
Thank you so much for having me.
Until next time, because I need to have to come back.
I'm going to come back. If I'm invited, I'll come back.
Well, we have a special announcement for the people. We're not going to announce it yet. So you guys just keep tuned. Stay watching the Love Connection. If you want to know what the special announcement is that involves a lovely Ella K. And if you don't watch, you won't know. And too bad for you. Ella, thank you again for coming.
Thank you so much.
You enjoy the rest of your Friday, and you have a fabulous weekend. I know the boss has a bomb time plan for you for this Mother's Day. Wow. So we shall be on the social media stalking because we want to know. We want to know.
Yeah, we're going to be trolling.
Exactly. So thanks again, though.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, thank you. Oh, wasn't that so great, guys? Yes, awesome. I had such a great time with my guest, and she was just totally fabulous. So now, guys, it is time for the Dear Taj moment. So what is a Dear Taj moment? Dear Taj, if you have any issue and you want to have it answered, you write me. And where do you find me? On any of the social media pages. You can reach me on Twitter, and that's at Love Connect TV. On Instagram, that's the Love Connection Show. Or you can just go straight to the website at www.theloveconnection.ca/Dear Taj. So, here we go, guys. Dear Taj, we have everyone around me is married or getting married. My boyfriend and I have been together for almost 5 years. I'm worried he'll never ask. I don't want to live like this, but we should be married. Don't you think we should be married, Taj? How do I let him see that? Signed, Lulu. Well, go on, Lulu. How's it going? So here's the thing now, Lulu. Do I think you guys should be married? I need to know more about your relationship, right? 5 years and he doesn't see you fit enough to be his wife? Why? What are you doing? What's going on with you? What's happening in your life? You know what I mean? And like, it's not, okay, 5 years, you guys got kids. You should be looking to get married. Like, have you said that to him? Like, oh, you know, honey, I believe in marriage, you know, like I believe in the ceremony of marriage, do you? And what's going to be happening here? It's 5 years. Like, have you had that talk with him? Because that's all that needs to be said. Then when he's like, then you have a different talk that's like, oh, hi, honey. I plan to be married, and I see you don't plan to be married. I do love you, and I love these kids, but I am also willing to marry somebody else and have them help me raise these kids. So I'm giving you a time frame of about 6 months or less, and if you don't propose to me then I will be having a step happy for these children. How do you feel about that, Boo? And then you go from there and see what he says. And then if he's still like, then you pack up and you leave, because you've already wasted 5 years of your time with somebody who does not view marriage in the same way that you do, and that's the first main problem. See, like I always tell people, when you're going to get into a relationship with someone, especially when you start having children, you need to have the marriage talk. What do you think about marriage? What do you feel? Are we going to be getting married? Did you ever plan on having a wife, or did you just plan on having several baby mamas and that was it? I need to know. Like, these conversations, guys, need to be had from the jump. So, Lulu, go chat with your boo and see how he feels. Like, because maybe he's just stringing you along. Like, maybe you're here talking about, oh, let's get married, and he's there telling his boys, yo, I have this thing, yo, and the thing won't leave me alone. Like, you know what I mean? So be sure of what's going on, that the both of you are on the same page, and that needs a conversation. And it's Mother's Day this weekend, so it's no better time than to, when he's coming with the gift, here, boo, I love you, you're a great mom. Oh, yeah, you know what? When are we going to get married? Like, just get straight to the point, all right? So I hope that helped, Lulu, and if it didn't, just hit me back up, and we will continue chatting. Now, guys, it's time for the misconnection section. And what is a misconnection? If you, hello? Lionel Richie will tell you. I love that, right? Like I always tell people, Lionel Richie made that song just for me to have a show that I could play it during the misconnection section. So, what are misconnections? If you saw someone, like, for a fleeting moment, and you're like, oh my goodness, that's my future husband right there, but then you never got his contact information, you can't get him out of your mind, then hit me up, and I will try my best to find him. And every time I do this, I will be announcing that I found one already. So, I have found a misconnection already. So, if I did it once, I can do it again. So, here we go. This one comes out of India. At the Pavilion Mall. The Pavilion Mall in India. Wow, there's a Pavilion Mall here too. In Ludhiana, which is the place in Punjab, if I'm not mistaken. Anybody who lives in India, if I'm wrong, get at me, type it in there and correct me. So, you're at the Pavilion Mall in Ludhiana, which is in Punjab. You were at the food court with a friend. You guys were waiting for someone. I just saw you and like you instantaneously. You hear that, guys? You're a Punjab girl, so he could recognize your ethnicity. You look really cool. Your hair is short, so that is kind of cool, right? You're fair and pretty. Fair, okay. You're fair and pretty. You were wearing purple and black. I was in a tracksuit, red ones. Red ones what? Red shoes or red clothes? Well, red ones. We were looking at each other and smiling, and I winked, and you giggled, and your friends were talking to you, and I was waving, and you waved back, but we never connected. And I really believe that you are my future wife. I will be going to the Pavilion Mall every weekend and every Friday if I can. And hopefully I can see you at the food court. If you see me when I go there, please come and talk to me. If I see you, I will talk to you. But hopefully Taj finds you. All right, well, there we go. So, Madame, who was at the Pavilion Mall? He didn't say when, but you were there, and you were wearing purple and you were wearing black. You're fair according to him, and you're pretty according to him. And your hair is short, and you look cool. So if that sounds like you, and you remember giggling and winking and smiling and tapping and whatever ins you were doing with this guy, he wants to hook up with you, and he thinks that you're his future wife, so please get at me so I can hook you guys up. And friends, if you guys remember the incident, like, oh, we were there and some guy was winking at her and then she was smiling, whatever. You guys remember that? Then get at me, let me hook your friend up. So that is that for the missed connections, guys. And now it's time for the lover shout-outs. What are my lover shout-outs? So you want to big up your boo, you want to tell them how much you love them, you just want to shout them out on the show, submit it to me on any of the social media pages and I will do that for you. So let's go. First, we have Janet, and this came in from the website. This is for my boyfriend, Joseph. Oh, that's so cute. Double J. Is that what you guys call yourself? Janet and Joseph with a J team. That's cute. Okay, so there we go. This is for my boyfriend, Joseph. Things are going so well. That's good. Happy I met you. Even better. It's almost 1 year. Aw, young love. And I'm so excited. We found the show together. Hi, guys. And just want to hear how special you are. I'm excited for our future. Well, I'm excited for y'all's future too, Double J. Good for you guys. I'm glad that you guys like the show and you're enjoying it. You know, give me some comments or something like that. Let me holler at you guys properly, right? So next one we have, oh, it didn't say from where, but it came in on our website. No, on our Facebook, sorry. Ready, guys? Big up Chinchi. Chinchi. Ting Mad with 4 A's. You look good with 6 O's. People are go mad. Me and you up like 7. So people are go mad at the love you guys have, and you two are up like 7. So Chinchi, I'm sure you know who your man is, and if you're like Madame Elake and it's one man to your thing, then you don't need to be questioning who, what, who. No, you know, Chinchi, we're talking to you. So that was that for the lover shout outs, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed that, and that is that for the end of our show, our entire show here today, our Mother's Day special. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. And I won't let you go without Taj's thought of the day. No peacock envies another peacock his tail. And that's it, guys. And here is a song. We're going to be playing like a song for you mummies. We have Movado, and this song is called Mama. So while the track is playing, take a look at this lovely set by PRF Events. So if you are having an event, baby shower, wedding, whatsoever it may be it big, be it small, they take care of it all. So go on their website at prfevents.com and check out all their social media. So that's it, guys. Bye-bye, and enjoy that Mother's Day. Shout out my mom, love you, boo. And a double shout out to my grandma. What's up, my mother-in-law? Happy Mother's Day to you too. Fire for all of you who left your mother in the boardhouse.